True Fitness plans to expand throughout ASEAN, including expansion into China. Developing countries in ASEAN possess a surprising increased purchasing power for health-related services and products. So what is the tactic behind True Fitness's business approach in ASEAN?
But you not only in Thailand, but in Singapore, Malaysia, and Taiwan. How many countries you operate in through?
Well, we currently operate in 5 countries.
Yes.
Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Taiwan, and India.
I see. And what your expansion plan? See, in the year 2015, we're going to have the ASEAN Economic Community as a single market, 10 countries. What is your business expansion plan then?
Well, we're going to be opening in China at the end of this year.
Yes.
And this will be our first venture into mainland China. We're also looking at opening in one other ASEAN country next year. And so I think the ASEAN economic cooperation is definitely going to work in our favor. As it stands right now, we are the only Asian fitness chain operating in 5 different countries. And we hope to make that 7 countries by the year 2015.
I see. Can you tell which ASEAN country that you're going to open? Not yet?
Well, I think a lot of my competitors are looking to find out which country I'm opening in, but they will know fairly soon.
I see. And how this region attract the multinational operators for fitness?
It's interesting because Asia hasn't really seen many multinational fitness companies coming in. Fitness First is probably together with California Fitness, are the 2 foreign branches that have come into Asia.
Yes.
And as you know, in some countries, like in Taiwan and Malaysia, California Fitness has exited the market. And in Thailand, you have a strong presence by Fitness First.
Yes.
But if you look at the number of memberships that we have and the square meter locations, we are much bigger than even Fitness First right now.
I see. So are you saying that there is a difference between Western operator and Asian operators in this market?
I think it is difficult for the Western operators to come into this Asian market.
Why?
You know, having local knowledge of what goes on is very important. Not being able to understand the local scene makes it difficult for someone to operate successfully.
I see. So Asian people and Western people has some differences, preferences
There are
when it comes to fitness.
in their expectations and in their spending habits. And at the same time, it's staff recruitment and it's staff management. So by virtue of the fact that we are an Asian operator, it's easier for us to understand the needs of our customers and the needs of our staff.
And from your experience, what is expectation? What is your customer expectation on the equipment, on your personnel, and on your quality of service? How is it like?
Well, the Asian customer right now is looking for a better value product, but at the same time with an expectation of luxury. So as you can see from our facility, we typically invest anything north of 100 million baht per location.
Yes.
When we reopen Zen at Central World, it's going to cost us 150 million baht. And that's a very heavy investment for any company to make in any single location. And that also probably prohibits a lot of the Western companies from coming here because your investment cost is high and not being familiar with the market, it's a bit of a risk. And they have enough problems as they have back home rather than coming out here.
I see. What about the rate of return on investment from your projects in Thailand and other Asian markets?
We've been actually very lucky. The rate of return on a fitness center for us is about 33%. So typically a fitness center gives us 100% return on investment within 3 years.
Oh, really? Sounds like a good business.
It's not a bad business if you know what you're doing.
A relatively quick return also. So generally, Asian people are more health conscious, and fitness center like this is one of the solution, one of the answer. Is that correct? Is that the trend going forward?
I think what's happened is Asia is mimicking what's happened in the West.
Yes.
In America, the fitness, the percentage of the population that exercises is about 16%.
16, 1/6.
1/6.
Yes.
And in Europe, it's about 8% of the population goes to a fitness center.
Only 8.
And in Asia, it's under 2%.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, Asia has obviously, Asia is more of a developing story. So we can see that the growth trend for the fitness industry here is anything from 2% upwards to 16%. And that's a spectacular, percentage of growth that we can expect.
I see. So a lot of room to go.
There's a lot of room to grow.
What are the key factors that will be driving this growth, the economic growth and other factors, in your opinion?
It's a combination of economic growth as
Yes.
well as lifestyle aspirations. I think you find these days that a lot of people in Asia are working not to put food on the table, but they are working for their families as well. So by virtue of the fact that they have lifestyle aspirations and they do want to make sure that they live longer so that they can enjoy the fruits of their work and they can enjoy their families. And that has seen the explosive growth of the yoga business in Asia,
Yes.
as well as the fitness growth.
I see. So among your customer, is there any different expectation between business executives and the general public?
We tend to attract both populations, both the executives as well as the housewife and students.
Yes.
In terms of aspirations, I think they pretty much have the same so-called preferences, which is if they're paying for a quality product, they want a quality service. And that's the common factor that we see across all of our members.
And in terms of pricing, how did you do the pricing in Thailand when compared to other Asian markets?
Thailand is obviously a bit cheaper than our Asian markets like Singapore and Taiwan, where we charge a higher rate. But in terms of our pricing in Thailand, I think we are very competitive with our competitors. As an example, against a benchmark against Fitness First, we're probably 25 to 30% cheaper than their pricing.
I see.
And at the same time, we offer a bigger facility, more range of products.
I see. You saying that you planning to open in China also. Can you talk about which location or
Well,
No?
that's another closely guarded secret,
I
but
see.
we are in the final stages of securing our lease, and it will be in a second-tier city in China. So we're very excited about the China story for us.
I see. So China is going to be a very important part with ASEAN market, also the ASEAN plus 3, which also plus China, Japan and Korea.
Yes.
Or you also look at Korea or Japan as a potential markets?
Well, I think the Korean and Japanese markets are very mature markets, and the cost of doing business in those countries is exceptionally high. So we are more keen in operating in countries which are developing nations rather than going into the more mature markets.
I see. What about in the other less developed market within ASEAN, like Vietnam or Philippines or Brunei, right? Or even the newer markets?
We're keeping all of our opportunities open. So we currently operate in all 5 countries as wholly owned subsidiaries. We don't have any partnerships. But it doesn't mean that in some of the less developed countries like the Philippines or Vietnam, we may go into a franchise model. We are, of course, exploring a lot of different options.
So you have not started the franchise yet
No,
so
we
far.
haven't.
So in Thailand and in other 4 other countries are all company owned.
All of them are corporate owned.
I see. And all of the branches, they have the spa and the beauty services.
No, Thailand is the exception. Thailand is the one country where we incorporated all for the most sophisticated customers.
So not in Singapore,
No.
not in Taiwan.
It's hard to get real estate in Singapore, Taiwan, which is so big. We're very lucky that in Thailand, the shopping malls can accommodate us to give us so much space.
So you're not looking to the Western market now, right? Because the US and Europe, we read in newspaper, they still have quite a lot of economic problems.
Yes, I think everybody is looking towards Asia, and we're very happy to just be in Asia.
And in Thailand, what would like you would like to tell the government to promote this industry? What kind of policies that you look forward to?
You know, I think the Thai government has been very proactive in encouraging fitness. You see that the fitness lifestyle, in terms of the government encouraging people to go out and exercise, it's fantastic.
Aerobics in the outdoor, right?
Absolutely. I think the government realizes that a healthy population cuts down on the burden on healthcare, and we are very happy to work with the new government towards improving the level and quality of services that is available for the Thai consumer.
I see. So, Mr. Patrick Reed, thank you for joining our program.
Thank you very much for having us on board.
Follow Towards 2015 open up to the ASEAN market every Wednesday and Thursday from 10:30 to 11 p.m. on ASEAN TV, and you can also follow us online via Facebook only on ASEAN TV.